The process of making a rope begins with obtaining the fiber from the dry stems of hemp. In this sorting process, Jose tries to separate the straw that has remained attached to the fibers. With continuous passing of the hemp through the rake, the short and poor quality fibers remain hooked on the tines and are called levada, while the high quality fibers form the carcass and remain in the hand.
Y se acaba todo.
Jose is going to start making the ropes. And for that, the material is taken, it is put through the pulley.
Venga.
While Domingo spins the wheel in a uniform rhythm, Jose walks slowly backwards, joining the hemp fibers with his fingers to form the thread. After each time Jose has traveled the calculated distance to get the rope of the desired length, he returns to the starting point. He releases the end of the finished thread and hooks the fibers onto one of the bobbins to continue spinning. Jose is channeling the fibers with his fingers through the wet cloth to incorporate them into the thread in its twisting movement. This thing that is done with the hands is called clearing. The loops are placed at certain distances, which serve to deposit the threads in each of their lanes or separations, preventing them from getting dirty on the ground or getting entangled with each other. Any variation that Domingo makes in the rate of rotation of the wheel, Jose immediately addresses it because the thread could break and it has to be spliced.
Ale.
At the end of the spinning race, or work path, Jose joins one thread with another, taking advantage of the same torque transmitted by the rotation of the wheel. To make a rope, Jose and Domingo must prepare 4 cords or 4 threads or veins each. Therefore, every time Jose finishes 4 threads, he proceeds to cork them to make a cord. 3 people are needed for corking process. While Carmelo holds the hook or iron to maintain the tension of the cord, Jose unites the threads that pass through the channels of the fustra into one. To close these 4 threads, the collaboration of Domingo is also necessary, who turns the wheel to maintain the torsion movement. During this process, Jose walks forward at a normal walking speed. Carmelo also walks with the hook at a slower pace because twisting of the cord reduces its length.
Eso no se deshace en la vida.
Once the first cord is finished, these old rope makers respin another 4 threads and then cork them to form another cord. They repeat the same spinning and corking process up to 4 times. When they have all the necessary cords for the manufacture of the rope, they must twist them so that they are even.
Ahora hay que torcerlos para que cojan más vuelta y se igualen. Esto, cuando una cuerda está floja, pues separa la que más tirante está para que se iguale, ¿ves? Entonces igualan. ¿Ves? Vale. Ahora están las 4 igualadas.
Los cordones ya están tensados y tienen la misma longitud. Llega el momento de soltarlos de las carruchas y estirarlos.
Ahora se atan los 2 juntos. Y ahora es cuando nos vamos abajo a tirantarlo. Vale.
O espera que baje Mingo.
¿Para qué?
Ayúdate.
Que no hace falta, que lo llevo yo solo, déjalo. Déjalo.
Júntalo.
Nada, Pulga.
Ponemos las mallas en el cordón, se le da una vuelta y esto sirve para quitar la posible cañamisa que haya quedado. Nada más que eso.
The objective of passing process is to remove the remaining hemp and thin the cords that will form the rope. Carmelo prepares the cords with an iron mesh so that Jose can later pass the plane, which is a piece of wet sack.
Ahora se pasa la malla y luego se le pasa un seco, que se llama.
The dry is a piece of rope that is passed between the cords to dry them and drag all the impurities that remain, thus leaving them fine and polished. Once the passing process is finished, our friends, the ropers, leave the cords stretched out and separated to dry for a few minutes. When the cords are dry, it is time to cork them to make the rope. Carmelo has replaced the crosshead with the corking machine, since it has more strength to hold the weight of the rope and its tension at the time of corking it.
Ahora se cruza.
Ahora el gancho.
¡Venga!
The process of corking the rope is identical to that of the cords, and only the thickness of the rope, the hook, and the wooden shaft vary.
Dale.
A new pass of the dry through the rope will leave it ready for folding. In the folder, the process of making the rope ends. Jose puts a piece of string that makes it easier for him to tie the rope when it is fully folded.
El secreto del buen plegador era contar las vueltas de aquí para ver si luego, cuando venía la cuerda aquí a terminar, acababa en la anchura del plegador. Pero vamos, si no se puede arreglar también, ¿eh?
There were many varieties of ropes that were made by hand by rope makers until a few decades ago. They were made according to the use that was going to be given to them, and their classification depended on the diameter and quality of their fibers.
Suéltala.